So Carlos Alcaraz has just won the Miami Open at 18 years old, becoming the youngest ever champion and just dazzling the tennis crowd, the tennis audience around the world, like myself. Can you feel it? I think we feel greatness in the air. So it's become clear to me that Carlos Alcaraz is the most exciting player in tennis. More exciting than Nadal, Djokovic, and even Federer, who's not even playing right now. He's so exciting that I think there's a special feeling in there where tennis fans around the world are just like, what can this kid do? So in this video, we're going to break down how far this guy can go, what makes him so exciting, and why the world is kind of going crazy for Carlos Alcaraz. So here's the slice on Carlo Fito. Let's get into it. Thanks for being here, folks. As always, if you're new to the slice, welcome to the show. This is where tennis fans like you and me get to talk about tennis. I'm Stephen Boughton, founder of the Slice. Make sure you subscribe and like this video and consider joining the channel because that really helps us out. And what also helps us out is our support from sponsors like Go Sport. With premium tennis bags, you can actually get 10% off now using the link below. So if you're in the market for a new tennis bag, don't sell yourself short. Get the best tennis bag on the market and use our link for 10% off down below. Shout out to them for sponsoring the show. So Carlos Alcaraz is the most exciting player in tennis. I think that's kind of obvious now because of a bunch of different reasons, but him winning Miami Open at 18 years old just gets people going into crazy. He's going to follow up to the big three. He's going to win slams. I'm not even going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about what makes him the most exciting player in tennis right now, not in the future, right now, because it's pretty amazing to watch what he's doing and the crowd noises. We didn't even have sold out crowds in Miami, but the way that he has them on a string and he's had them at the US Open, at other big tournaments is quite amazing to me. And it's kind of unique from the young guys I've seen. Now, the mistake a lot of tennis journalists, media producers like myself make is overhyping players. So you might have noticed that I haven't really made videos about Carlos Alcaraz. And this is the first dedicated one I've made to him because he's been on the scene now for a year. It's no new news that he's an amazing prodigy. That's like we've talked about him for over a year now. I feel like this is the right time to make this video though, because it's no longer just a fad to be on the Carlos train. Okay. It is clear to me that he is, and it has been for a while already, but he's so special. And like I said, I think he's doing something unique in the tennis world. So here's some reasons why I think Carlos is the most exciting player currently in tennis and why this might not change in the near future. He's electric. He's absolutely electric. The way he celebrates, the way he engages the crowd, the way he plays his shots, everything about him is electric. He hits, everyone talks about who does he play like? Federer, Nadal, or Djokovic. He says he plays like Federer. People think he's like Nadal because he's Spanish. And Djokovic fans want to say that he stole his game style from Djokovic. But in reality, he plays like Carlos Alcaraz. He hits the ball with a flat, straight arm, which is similar to Federer. The way that he hits it has an absolute pop on his forehand, but he's also got huge backhand, and he's insanely athletic and fast. So he's an electric player when it comes to tennis, which is the number one thing you have to have. And it's amazing to watch people be hyped up on a player for purely their tennis, unlike Nick Kyrgios. So that's exciting. People are mind blown by his tennis, as they should be. The way he can get to balls and defend like Djokovic, sliding into shots from the back of the court, or Nadal, the way he can rip the forehand and absolutely pound it like Federer with elastic arm, and the way that he can fight and be, Spanish and have that gravitas and that showmanship like Nadal is just amazing. So that's what I'm wondering. That's the number one thing that I see with Carlos is his electricity on court as a performer. Like when he beats Tsitsipas, every time he wins a match, almost no matter who it's against, but he has a lot of close matches. When he wins, it's like he just shows off to the crowd and they just eat that up. They're just eating it up. Tennis crowds love that. And that's why he sells tickets and he's going to put butts in seats for a long time, which is a great thing for tennis. So his game and his personality are electric, and he seems just like an absolutely lovable guy. There's nothing that people don't like about him, it seems. And he's got people, yeah, like I said, eating out of the palm of his hand. So that's one thing. The next thing is that where are his weaknesses? I think people are so excited, like myself, tennis journalists are so excited about Carlos Alcaraz because we just don't know where the weaknesses are. A lot of other younger players coming up, you see kind of their weaknesses right from the beginning. You kind of like draw a picture of what this player type is. If you look at Stefanos Tsitsipas, for example, he's obviously has incredible physique. He burst onto the scene kind of 2019. He has a huge serve, huge forehand, elite athleticism, but he's got a one-handed backhand, which is like just by definition a competitive disadvantage, I think, in the modern ATP game. So you're kind of like, well, that's a safe place for opponents to go. But with Carlos, and there's other players like that. With Zverev, you see he's got the fully complete game, both wings, but then you say, oh, he's got a bit of a mental yip when it comes to second serves and things like that. But when it comes to Carlos Alcaraz, there doesn't seem to be a weakness in his game, which is crazy because I was watching this match against Casper Ruud. Yes, it's not against Djokovic in his prime or Nadal in his prime where he's winning a Masters 1000, but he's still winning the Masters 1000. And I'm just trying to think of where is a safe place for players to go against Carlos. And there just isn't one. And that's an amazingly good thing. It's kind of like Djokovic, like Nadal. There's really no super safe place to go because both wings are dangerous. The serve's dangerous. So that's what's exciting also about his game is there's no weaknesses. And he's also, as you can see, beefed up now. He's incredibly strong, fast, physically able to do anything on the court. He's as fast as anyone, but he's also as powerful. Usually he's as fast as Alex de Minaur, but he's got much bigger shots. And he plays a way that's just so perfect for today's modern ATP game. So where does he go? I think that's part of the excitement is how far can this take him? With the lack of weaknesses that he has and the absolute game that he has. The forehand, the backhand doesn't get talked about enough as it's absolutely elite. He can, like a guy against Casper Ruud, absolutely win that backhand battle. When he played Tsitsipas early in the Miami Open, win that backhand battle. So yeah, the third thing is just how far can he go? People are going to make all these projections. He's going to win multiple slams. He's going to win 20 slams. That's kind of ridiculous to make these type of things. There's lots of other good players. Another guy that has similar lack of weaknesses is Jannik Sinner. So it's not like Carlos Alcaraz is the first player we've ever been hyped on, but I think right now he has more energy than Jannik. He's got more kind of pizzazz about him. So we'll see. And he doesn't have any scar tissue right now, which is one thing which could limit him in a bit, or become a downside. He has no mental scar tissue from tough losses on the ATP tour, or like getting in ruts with his game. He might start just missing his forehand. He might not be able to put it in the court. It becomes less lethal. I doubt it. So how far can he go? That's the real excitement. Is this guy going to win slams? That's like, that's not even like a question to me. It's like, it seems obvious at this point that he's going to. How many? Who knows? That's not really for us to think about right now. For us to think about right now is just how exciting it is, how lucky we are to have another young guy on the ATP Tour who's just absolutely electric. And in my opinion, he's the most exciting player in tennis because we don't know the future and what it's going to hold. He's only 18. He's just a kid. But Carlos is playing like a man. So that's my opinion. Is he the most exciting player on tour for you? Let me know. Thank you for being here on the Slice. This is the end of the hardcourt season, and we are heading to the clay. I'm in Switzerland, so we got a big clay preview coming in here. Big opportunity, big video coming out, explaining what I'm going to be doing here in Europe as I get to more tournaments. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thanks to Go Sport. Get 10% off your bags. And thanks to Carlos Alcaraz, and congrats to the whole team for getting a Masters 1000 at 18 years old. Absolutely incredible.